Right, okay, we are moving on now to issue 77 of Stormbringer. Um, and I had a quick look at the sprue, uh, and positive news on the options front. So I'll drill into that just soon. Okay, I'm going to go into that right away. We have the Troll King on the front there. Oh, I can't remember what his name is in Age of Sigmar. Because I know there's a Troll King in the old world, head of the Winter Tooths on Total War. Anyway, what's his name? Anyway, flowing straight into a story on this one. As I've said, I love stories. I think they draw you so deeply into the background and make you want to play the game. To be quite honest about it, it's a good, solid 4-page story. I love these, the anatomy ones, the anatomy ofs. I love the way they write them, as from the point of view of a scholar in the cities of Sigmar, which in itself makes them bias for so written with a biased intent. I mean, there's no hiding it within even the old world in Age of Sigmar. Monsters are monsters. I find it really, because there's so much within narrative now to make people see the other side of monsters. Not all monsters are evil, and that works really well in some contexts. I think Wednesday was brilliantly done. In a sense that actually the Addams Family was always a parody of the Perfect American Family, and yet as a parody and a darkness, they were always like very oddly positive about it. So that's been going on for a long time, and Wednesday I think is very well done. You can disagree with me if you want, but I thought it was very, very well thought out and didn't lose itself to an agenda anyway. And you see a lot of it though now where they try and kind of infer monsters and demons and the what we would consider the bad inflection of the human soul. Whereas I tend to find with Warhammer, it's just like, yeah, monsters are evil, monsters are going to kill you, monsters do it, monsters harm you for the pleasure of doing it sometimes. And that's kind of what I like about this. Yes, it's biased, but they don't try and infer in any way that, actually the nice one, you get to know them, they're horrible. They are, primed for destruction. There's my weird little rant for the day. Okay, nice little bit of details on the Stormdrake Guard, filling in a bit more knowledge about them. Obviously, there's Draconis from the premium kit, which can also be built as this secondary version, which I can't. Karazai the Scarred is the other dragon that you can build that as, which, again, I like stuff like that. Anyway, there's a bit about Champions of ASCII, how to paint. Right, hang on. Am I going insane here? How to paint the Marsh Crawler Slug-Off. Everything backed away at the moment, still in my so why has it got how to paint the Marsh Crawler? It just feels like, I know we've had that miniature, it just feels completely random, that, doesn't it? It's how very strange. But I suppose potentially if you've never had this before and don't have the paint, you've only probably really started getting enough paints to properly paint things. In fact, the painting guide in that sense is actually quite good because it goes into little details. So you know what, I'm approving that. Actually, I thought that was a bit weird for a second. Why have you suddenly put the Marsh Crawler in there? But of course, I'm thinking from point of view of someone who's been collecting years and has a big set of paints. And of course, if you've just been doing this and nothing else, you don't have that. And of course, a little extra pull out here on additional painting skills, which again, you know, even myself, who's been painting for a long time, needs those kind of little ideas. And you know, I don't pretend to be the greatest painter in the world. I'm under no delusion. I think I'm good. I think I come up with some nice approaches, some nice techniques, and some nice things, but you know, not amazing. Okay, and there's our second part. So we've got our second set of wings. Now, what really matters about this is we now have, where are they now? The alternative heads, and these are in a masculine form. Yep. So basically we've got one sprue from the last issue with feminine form and these with masculine form. And you know, that's good, because it just stops it being boring. There's also alternative dragon heads by the look of it, which is great again, because if you've got another set of these, you can do them differently. I think that's very important, that you want, if these were just one way, you'd be less inclined to buy a second set, because it just would be pointless. It wouldn't feel good. So having additional heads, additional body types for the riders, it gives you a little bit more motivation to collect more of them in the future. I really hate it when there's just like one standard form of things, like the war cry caller or whatever it is for the Aurochs, the war chanter, where it's just one position, and you don't feel like it's actually exciting to get any more. Okay, so number 77 is quite cool, and the you know, the actual storm drakes are really coming along now. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you for 78.